Hello everyone, this is Habib and today we will be creating a simple test setup sheet and then we will be printing the same setup sheet. So let's go. As you can see on your screen that this is the main dashboard where you can see the number of tools you have added, and basically this setup sheet also has a tool management system which we can discuss in the next video. As you can see, the recent setup sheets, there are not 25 because we have only created some test setup sheet for testing purposes. So you can see the setup sheet, and on your right hand side you can click on the create new button. From this button you will be able to create a new setup sheet application. So let's go here and let's start creating a new setup sheet. Okay, so this is the main page where you can create a setup sheet from scratch. So first thing first, we have to add a new part. So let's add a part. When you click on it, and there is a drop down which says that which part you want to add, you can start typing in. Maybe I will type in 508 36 103. I think this is a good part. Okay, so its size is so we're entering its size. Maybe let's type in some test number, maybe 1000. Pressing tab 2000. Pressing tab. For fixture, we can have, for this I will just type in some, maybe fixture. I will copy paste it and I will copy paste the same. I will say op1, but no, let's do it and let's go with the same fixture. Okay, so now we can also add, we can add as many parts, because sometimes there are part families where we have the same part, we have multiple parts for one setup master. So this is that example. So we can add a new part, see if that exists. If it does not exist, then we can click on this plus button and we should be able to create a new part, have all the data. Maybe let's see that if this is the new part, and maybe 34 millimeter, and let's 1200. Let's press tab and we can enter in, maybe let's create, copy paste the same just for the testing purposes. And let's, for we I just want to make it a bit different from the previous, so that you can see when these are printed in the line. So we can start type in a process description. Well, we can tell anything to the floor guys, like op1 will machine all id fee features, or anything. Maybe you want to make a list of uh, any test description for machinist. Okay, now there are certain possibilities where this is the simplest version. We have other templates too, but this is the simplest one, where we can start with the main spindles, start adding the two lines for main spindle, or start adding two lines for the sub spindle. But let's go with the simplest one, the start with the main spindle. When we click on main spindle, we can firstly we can do is that we can enter in the main spindle work holding information. So when we click on this, you will see a pop-up where you can type in the stock extension. I will type in some basic stock extension. I will also write in the chuck pressure, what would it be, and let's see if we can have, we can also have some notes. And we can add work holding photos, or we can say that information about work holding. So if we add a work holding photo, we can just copy the image nodes and we can get the image. We can copy the image and we can click on this button and it should be able to paste. We have need to allow that to paste on this website, so the browser will be able to paste that. So let's add a new picture so that we can get an idea on that, and we can copy the image and we can paste the image from with the setup, maybe in document form you have. And you can add as many images as possible. Maybe you can add a new image, and we are currently adding the image. So we can save the changes here, and the main spindle work holding information is saved. Now we have to create two lines and add tools into it, so that we will be able to print that. So we can copy an existing tool line. Currently we are not doing that because we currently don't have any tool line. So let's say that is tool station number 1, or people call it tool line number 1. And what would be the description? It would be it will be spot for tap drill. Its comp would be, let's have any comp, maybe one, or we can select the turret from here, maybe upper left, lower right turret, and let's start adding the tools for it, so that so we will click on add button and we will see a tool list, or you can also see this list in the in this view, that is grid, and the other one is list one. So I can search in tool number, maybe if you want to add any tool from there, you can click on that center drills, and I will add T1000. That is tool number specifically, and mostly people use quick reference number for it, or whatever the number it is, that is customizable. So then we can have a, maybe collet. Okay, so let's go to collet and let's add some collet here. So these collets are added previously, but let's see if we can add any of the collet here, and we are able to add this collet here. And now we can add a holder. So let's see that we are able to, okay, let's click on this plus button and go here, and let's see which holder we need and which holder we can find. If you have the holder number, that is really good, because you can search that. I have the holder number for the holder I want to add, like for example I want to add T44000. Let's search it down. I think that we have to find it from the I think that T4. So let me find out a mount, and I have this mount here which I have searched previously. So let me select this mount, and we have completed a line from here. So if I can a bit zoom out so that you can see, so a line is created, and we have also added main spindle work holding information, and we have also added the parts. So we mostly have one part number, so we can also delete this part number from here. And let's, for testing purpose, let's add another line. This is the minimize and maximize button, and let's add another line where we can find, which says it's line number 2. What would be the operation? Let's call it rough OD, and comp would be maybe 2, and it's upper left turret, and let's add any of the parts. Let's add an insert, go to tool. I would add this one, maybe this is just for testing purpose. You can add anything. So you can also add the extension here, that maybe 32 inches extension, or you can type in any nodes. We can save it, and we can add the nodes for the floor guys, like maybe um, make it left facing, or you can also add, say, like this is testing nodes. Okay, so or you can also add the nodes for any tool you have added, or extension, or description is auto populated from the tools where that tool is being stored. Okay, so let's, for one, let's add any of the holder for this, and let's add this one, and let's add a turning mount T44. Where are turning mounts? I think I have to. So these are the mounts for lathes, and we can add, let me select this one, because T4003. Okay, so we can add a node for this, maybe any nodes you want. And now below here we can also add, you can type in any of the instructions for main spindle, and now you can add cut maps for main spindle. If you want to add the cut maps, then you're fine. If you don't want to add, yeah, you can choose to not to add any cut map here. So let's start adding a cut map so that you can have. So Let's suppose that this is the pilot for tapper, and this is, let's take it, number it as 1, and I'm just copying the picture and I'm just pasting it. Or you can also use the recorder tool to add as a screenshot here, maybe, so let's add another cut map. I will just add 2 for testing purpose. So okay, I think that I will just copy the description, I will just copy the image from, and I will just paste the image, and this, let's save this one, and let's save this cut map too. So both are saved now. Secondly, if you have so this button is for maximizing all of the lines, and you have added the we have added the main spindle instructions, and after that we can add a sub spindle tool. Same process for sub spindle, you can add work or sub spindle work holding information, where you can add any of the information for sub spindle, and afterwards you can also add operations. So let's add one tool station, maybe one tool line for testing purpose, so that, so this is tool station 1, rough turn. So come maybe this one, and this one is let's say this one is upper right. So let's add a tool here. So I would like to add maybe an insert. Let's go to inserts. Which inserts I need? I can choose any of the insert. So I can add an extension, and I can save it, and maybe add this one too. ABC nodes, and let me save it, so that the nodes and extension is saved. If you have any extension for that part, so I will be adding now. So let's add a holder for it. Let's go to holders, maybe add any holder. So this one sounds good, and let's add a mount here. So we find you can also search the mount. So let's add this one, or you can add any mount that is being added. So we can add instruction, and we can also add sub spindle cut maps here. Maybe let's try to add sub spindle cut maps just for the testing purpose. I can add the test map, and I can add an image. One is one, and let's save it. And the second one would be the finish OD. So let me copy that one. You can type in or copy it from the setups you have, or you can paste an image here. So let me save this one too. And now my setup sheet is most of the stuff is been created, and I can also add another line, another sub spindle tool line maybe. So I can also copy an existing one. So I will not be doing that. I will try to you can add as many. So let's try printing it and see that how does it look for printing. So for printing, you can click on this print button, and you should be able to get a print for that setup sheet that you have created. So first thing first, it will firstly print the part number, the size, the operation numbers, and the fixtures, and afterwards it will print the tool list for that. So for tool station 1, what's the operation description, and what is the comp, and what is the turret, and the T number for that specific tool, the extension. We have not typed in any extension here, so we the notes for that specific tool, and then the description in the down there. And for the next line, that is tool station number 2, this is rough OD, and this is the comp is 2. So we have you remember that we added T number, and also the extension, maybe any test extension, and T number for the and also the notes for that. So I have, with you can see the printed notes, make it left facing, or anything that machinist would like to see on the tools that are printed for his help. So afterwards you can see this is the setup instruction for the main spindle setup instruction, and after the setup instructions we have main spindle work holding information that we typed in. The stroke extension is this, check pressure and everything, and the images we also saved into our application. And afterwards it is op1 or operation 1, or we say the main spindle cut maps. We added two cut maps and it has printed those two cut maps along with the description. And afterwards we have operation 2, or we call it sub spindle, and we added one line for that, that is rough done. And you can see that the extension and the T number, the notes and description is displayed for the help to help the machinist. So in the end we have not added any work holding information for operation 2. Well, we can add that, but we can choose to not to add that. So and afterwards we have operation 2 cut maps, which obviously can show us that we added two cut maps, so these are being printed here. So this is the basic print format. But somehow we also can understand that this information, that this print that you are seeing on your screen is sometimes not compatible with what you are using at your shop. So you can contact us, or you can see in the description our number and email is given below, and you can contact us. So we can modify this PDF for you. For example, if you are using a simple PDF, any kind of PDF at your shop, and you don't want to adopt this one that is being displayed on your screen, we can modify this PDF to the one you are using. Or we can get rid of some of the things. Maybe if you don't want to see the cut map, so we can get rid of that. We can also get rid of that in the application. So this is a complete customizable setup sheet application which caters to the needs of every shop. Now you can see that this setup sheet is for one of our customer. For example, currently we are testing on it, but this is for one of this suits one of our customer. So this may does not suit you, but you can contact us and we can modify the PDF for you. And we can also give you the opportunity to put in different type of parts, maybe putting different type of sheets, maybe only the transfer operation, or sometimes you want to do the mills or anything like that. You can contact us and we will give you a demo to your shop for it, and you can just then start from there, and you can get all of your setup sheets in one place. Thank you for watching this video. If you want to see any other operation, or maybe the process of adding a tool, or process of adding a manufacturer or part number or anything in it, just contact us. I will be able to help you. Thank you.